blow up on social media and you're living in a small town, the people in your small town are going to get jealous of you. A lot of you might have seen me because other creators were reacting to events that were happening to me when I was living in my small town. And if you've been following me long enough, you've noticed all of those problems went away when I left my small hometown. I didn't have ridiculous people approaching me in public asking me, "Are you recording?" Or "Are you putting me on TikTok?" Or "I don't want you coming here anymore making videos. If you want to come here, you're not allowed to make videos." Like, ultimately, my personality is just too big for the small hometown that I was living in. And it's funny because I left my hometown for 7 years, 8 years, something like that. It wasn't until my ex and I broke up, I decided to move back to my hometown and be close to my family again. And that is when I endeavored in social media for work, putting my daily life out there, vlogging, sharing my experiences. When I'd be in public, the same places I used to go to would treat me differently just because of the fact alone I had notoriety. I was popular on social media and very successful at it. Made these small town women predominantly seethe. No drinking. This person tried to ostracize me, saying, "Don't take up a seat at the bar for just a water," when I very well would have given a tip or bought something anyway, or a conversation to tell me that I need to go sit at a table alone and not take up a seat at the bar. Okay, this is like small town America. You're not Soho, New York City, with a wait list line of people outside lining up the block, or in a nightclub charging $400 entry fees. That's not happening. And it makes people jealous when you're living in a small town. So if you ever start doing social media and you're doing it from your hometown, especially like a small town, be aware they're gonna hate on you. When you move, they'll still hate on you from a distance. They'll make fake accounts, stalk you, try to smear your name and reputation on the internet. Let's just talk about the coffee shop incident. Remember that? That went viral. Ray William Johnson covered a snippet of it. I was happy, spreading positive vibes, and it made these small-minded, boring people who don't stand out jealous. I saw the way that person was. I saw it from a distance. I could see the way they micromanaged, all that BS. I mean, in the coffee shop's defense, a lot of people knew, I had already had a hate mob forming against me, and a lot of people knew that I was going there, and they were emailing the coffee shop saying lies. Come on. And it was pure jealousy, envy. Funniest part is that because of my clout, that coffee shop ended up getting 25,000 TikTok followers and did absolutely nothing with them. Just goes to show that I have something unique about me. I have a talent with videography. I have a talent with public speaking. I have a talent at presenting myself to the world authentically as me. I'm a genuine article. People, they know their calling when it's right in front of them. It finally clicks. And I really thought my calling was teaching. Even though I had my days, I really felt something special with teaching. It boils down to it doesn't pay enough. I chose to explore new talents. And part of growing was getting the fuck out of my hometown, period, point blank. I didn't want to right there in that moment. I had already paid off my rent 5 months in advance. I didn't plan to. I had just spent $17,000 the month before an emergency happened and we had no choice but to move. I learned that through all of those changes and through all of those jealous, angry, toxic people, I can't tell you how many times random strangers in my hometown would just start shouting and yelling at me over BS. People, when you point out the fact that they're jealous, they don't like it. It makes them very uncomfortable and they question of what? Say they're jealous of my popularity. They don't think I deserve it because they think they deserve it. Every time someone sees another person who has something that they don't have popularity. They were dead, okay? I remember going in there on a daily basis. I was always one of 2 customers. Never got busy. It wasn't popular. The funny thing is that I brought really good attention to that place. I promoted their food. I promoted their coffee. I brought my kids there. Even at one point in time told me, yeah, take a video of all the cookies and pastries we make. Through the baristas. It wasn't until the jealous owner started picking up on this. Made them jealous. Following count alone was 10 times that, 11 times. I had over 1 million followers. Live streams got 10 million views a month. My video views had 50 million to 100 million views per month. The attention is on you. They want it on them. I know this because I've been jealous of people on the internet before. I remember this. I would look at people from time to time on social media, window watching, and it made me jealous. Why should she have all of these likes? I remember having that mindset when I was like 25 years old. I'm so happy I grew out of it, and I don't feel that way about people anymore because I'm happy and confident in myself. For being in my small hometown, and a jealous person at my gym even targeted me. It was ridiculous. He stopped me dead in the middle of my run, scared the shit out of me. I almost fell off of the treadmill while I was running and criticized my shorts, my gym shorts. Come on. You know, there's at least 30 other young women in here, younger than me, in much better shape than me, with shorter shorts than me. I know these small town people were specifically singling me out because they were jealous. And it feels so nice to live in a bigger city where people aren't jealous. But for the majority, it's nothing to the scale of the problems people were causing me in my small hometown. So funny because they stalk, they lurk, they watch me, at least 100 of them, obsessively. They feel, what's the word, emasculated, inferior. They feel inferior. I make them feel inferior because there's no job opportunities. And seeing an entity like me, who is able to start from ground zero, work their way up, become successful solely on their own, makes them angry because they weren't able to achieve that. But what I'm trying to say is, if you ever set off on social media and you just so happen to be in a small town, you're going to be the talk of that town. You're going to be the obsession of that town. You're going to become a target while you're living in that town. As people who are jealous mob up together and their behavior escalates into dangerous behaviors. I'll never forget my last month living in Jamestown, New York. It got to the point where even my neighbor across the street who disliked me because of my TikTok, even the neighbor across the street who disliked me was not comfortable. They were scared for me. They were scared for my kids. They were at one point cussing him out. And this crazy mob of people would hang out in the alley waiting for me to either exit my house or get home. And at one point, the lady told them all to get the hell out. And this is when it escalated so bad when we knew we all had to move. And I'm glad we did. I'd say people were jealous of me in my hometown. I'm not being condescending. I don't think I'm better than them. System is broken. It's designed to work against you. But if you can work around those caveats and find your true calling, life will get better. And if you truly don't like where you live, never be afraid to just move out. Sometimes I'm thinking, small town people, they just like it. They like it. They like that life. Personally, I think I truly would be my best version of myself. Born in Australia, or Brighton, England. Happy where I am for now, and I like it here a lot. I just really hope all of you could adopt this philosophy that change alone is unchanging, and life should be full of changes. Every time a change is presented in front of you, don't resist it. Go with the flow, and evolve with change. Find success at the end of opportunities. Don't ever look at yourself as a failure, and especially, please, never look at yourself as a failure when you see someone like me succeed through rough times. I really wish a lot of jealous people who are blinded by hate could just pull that blindfold off of them for a few seconds. You have a purpose. You have meaning. Don't get lost in the sauce, give up on yourself, and hate on other people who are doing better than you, because you can be just as good as they are. Really what's gotten me to this point. Making small achievements day by day. Never overwhelm yourself with large goals. Will say it feels really nice. I've just been embracing the peace and relief, this